Honourable members, Parliament now is adjourned to 26 November at 2 p.m.
Honourable members, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, Honourable member must be noticed by missing out in prayer now in the morning.
You may pray. Thank you, Holy Father. Mission man, me no good la lively you. Tassel today you appointed me, Lord. Make him this la better and me to thank you. This la week and one la good la week where holiness Pope Francis he come to this la country. Lord, last week come na Monday, let me go back. Me to thank you, Lord, this la Heavenly Father. And so I'm also this la country and Christian country. Now me to thank you, Lord, all the Christians inside the country. All the better and we sit belong in. Now put him this la country go under the global world. This la week too, all family na country we celebrating 49 years of anniversary independence for Yumi. Bless them all, one community, one province. Lord, district, province, na one of my volley stop. Bless them all and help them all as stay prepared for the celebration. That's all leaders, Lord, me bless stop today, Lord, this la parliament. Lord, one play important, what not believe. Sponsored by all honorable brother blaming opposition, which they got a right under the constitution. Now me black ambung today, Lord, deliberate. That's all Heavenly Father, Lord, 22 national election. You yet give competent Lord Pangu, Lord, point this la government. Now this la confident is stop yet he come now. That's a law you allow him, no brother Lord have opposition all is sponsoring word of no confidence. Where me play boom today, Lord, deliberate. Now whether this government of confidence by stop or word of no confidence by overtake him. This is stop la handle today, Heavenly Father. Bless me, Lord, leaders one Lord yet today. Lord, walk him this Lord, this la parliament and by affect him 10 million people of this beautiful country of Papua New Guinea. May I ask him you. Look, shovel heart, me black, guide me black, give me black wisdom. So that our decision that one black walk him and by for the best interest of this country, but not for individual alone. Also now, word of no motion now is stopped by me black go inside. You must supersede him now, working this simply for the best interest of this country. Also, let me pray, Heavenly Father, bless us and bless the people of Papua New Guinea who are watching through all mass media. So that one something we working at this parliament, as the elected leaders, must go the right way for the interest of this country. Maybe like that problem, that's a problem, and by solving when we have a good government. And also today, me bla kambung, bless me bla, obem hard bla. Now you here come start namelon bla, it's part of the decision so that this Lord Parliament today for the long term of this beautiful country. One of this me pray and me ask him. All the brothers member of Parliament joining me, one of them global universal prayer you me, our Father.
Today I'm a day where country people await him. Since February, now come September now close to 1 year by finish. So today you may come, Lord, is a day now. Let me ask you, Mr. Clark.
Notice number 107. The member for Kiriona, good enough.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, people of Papua New Guinea. Mr. Speaker, I move that this Parliament has no confidence in the Prime Minister and a member for Taripori electorate, Honorable James Marape, and nominate the member for Finchafen Open electorate, Honorable Paita Rainbow Paita, to be elected Prime Minister of the independent state of Papua New Guinea.
The question is that the question be put. Those in favor say aye. Aye. What is your point of order, Honourable Member of Lomedang?
Mr. Speaker, this is an important motion that's a constitutional motion under Section 145(1)(a). A question be put to deny the opportunity to debate the motion is unconstitutional. Every member under the Constitution has the right to debate a motion, move a motion, and vote on a motion. So that is my point of order.
Medang straight also you talk. This motion can be debated, but you know what man is enough harap. Question be put ikam na chair you entertain minutes question be put. So by you may go straight now. Lord this motion. Na mi rule ya. Wana kain ruling you lagi mi rule. Honorable Member Medang. Na mi rule finish ya. So you may now go straight lo motion. Yes, Honorable Member of Wabek. One point of order again.
Mr. Speaker, this is the House of the people. You must give time to people to stand up to debate. Our good leader of government business, Mr. Speaker, through you, he just put in the question be put without giving adequate time for us to debate. We know you have numbers. We know you have numbers, but there are pertinent issues that need to be. We need to tell you guys why we put in a vote of no confidence, a motion.
Honorable Member, orders. Honorable Member Lowabek, through the chair.
Chair, we need to make known to the people of this nation why we put in a vote of no confidence motion. Nukutol manting o you just plain politics. Stop isin, a lot of you may talk pasen, behind you passing out the Somali beginning of the side. So, Mr. Speaker, can that opportunity be given to the leaders in the opposition to actually, give our reasons for a vote of no confidence? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable, you wait for them. Honorable Member of Lowabek, point over W, I mean, one kind of point over W, Honorable Member of Lomedang. This is a point you'd let Dr. debate. Yes, I mean, true, also standing order, I'm talking some. But he got question be put the companies na floor me and chair na floor I talk right in this parliament. Na me like talk long this argument of point long country masabe. You think country no sabe? Country only sabe finish. Established newspaper, established social media and all this. But anyway, let's not debate. The decision has been made, and my decision stands that we will now entertain a motion.
Honorable Speaker, I move to second the motion.
Sa maximum advice law, kuskus law parliament also, inogat need law second a motion now. Maybe go straight. One point over the Honorable Governor of Civic.
Mr. Speaker, me sabe you rule finish, but me like just making one point. When you look at how many times this parliament has sat in the last couple of months, you may differ him now. You may not making one plan. After today, we are going to defer again until November. So one of the things, no, you be patient. One of the things, Mr. Speaker, when members of parliament argue in public about these matters, the supporters of the government say, take it to the floor. Now we are here, we want to take it to the floor, and we are denied that opportunity. And tomorrow we'll be debating again out in social media, we'll be debating again on the streets. Is that proper, Mr. Speaker? Also, me asking Tinting Blue, because their supporters are telling us to argue on the floor. We now have the floor, and we are denied that opportunity again, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, honorable members, honorable Governor of ECB, Kolsem, you may be an standing order when a question has been put up, then you may all right in finish now. You may must entertain a motion. Me not have received him the decision, but you may go back and allow him debate because the question has been put. Laga. So, all same to all na, you may now go straight long motion now. Now, me give you time finish, yeah, to a point of order, finish now, one point of order.
Mr. Speaker, please, you allow me the opportunity. You have made a ruling, and that ruling itself is unconstitutional. You made a ruling, and on that ruling, I'm bringing a point of order against your ruling. So past me point of order against all moving question be put. Now I'm putting a point of order against your ruling.
Finish. Let me rule a point of order now.
Thank you.
That your point of order is out of order.
Mr. Speaker, I have not completed my point of order. Mr. Speaker, I have not completed my point of order. How can you rule against a point of order? We not finished him yet.
You continue. When a point of order, you know,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, a motion was moved to put the question to deny the opportunity for debate. It was moved. On that basis, I move the point of order. People don't vote yet, because that motion is unconstitutional, denying the opportunity for every member to debate a motion. So, you talk standing order, we talk constitution. Constitution you go pass was standing order. Please, you consult past them on the two clerk. Now, you got canvas for Supreme Court ruling, you talk finish. All member of parliament, you got right. Only pack, Polier, case law, and pull up Supreme Court. Every member has the right under the Constitution to move a motion, to debate a motion, and vote a motion. Tupla Kusko start, please you consult him or pass them. Thank you.
Honorable, me no finish yet one time, honorable member of Lumedeng na point of order like I'm again. Honorable member of Lumedang, you will refer to the constitution of this land. Me yet me no clear, but the spare the last rulings, the court, long you me run the court ya, and me do one me parliamentary procedure, and court in an come long, and decision of parliament. Now you may now entertain decision of parliament based on the standing order. And the speaker has entertained that. So that stands. So honorable member of Lumedeng, me no give him talk right lo you long talk yet. No God. You so, Honorable member of Lumedang, you resume your seat. I will not allow you to speak again. You resume your seat. The point of order has been addressed. The people of this country has been waiting for this moment. So let us conclude the motion now by voting. Now only like looking result long and why you mean like come now delay now all this land and you want these things to happen. I don't get it. So when I'm point of order, honorable member of Longabao.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think we always complain about the procedures of Parliament. Debate is part of that, but unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, I think you have made a mistake by allowing the leader of government business by moving a motion. But the motion is, Mr. Speaker, there is a mover and a seconder. You did not allow the seconder to stand up and second the motion. So you have not complied with a constitutional provision. You should have allowed the seconder to stand, and then you move. The leader of government business can move a motion. Thank you.
Member of Labao, you plan now will pull him tight in your me. Motion ya, companies. Move second behind more the process, negolo notice paper. Now, you may come now. It's been called upon. So now, question has been put, so you may like go and debate him this motion through the vote. Vote by show him. Vote and by show him now. This law. One point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Graciously, your clerks forwarded this paper to me so that I can follow suit and move the motion, which I did. And straight under what was given to me, these are the words: debate may ensure.
May.
It's here. Yes. There you go.
Let him.
Please.
Order.
Allow me. Huh? It's there already. By you sitting down at the chair, you must make certain that what is written here, debate may ensure. It's in your power to make it happen.
Allow debate.
It's in your power to make
The
it happen.
country's interest.
So me asking you, so si stop this the paper finish. Now Papa Nugini will look him. Make it happen. Will you make it happen, Mr. Speaker?
I have made a ruling, and if I do this, and by the time ruling to speaker, by God, when him na, me behind him like little member all the time. The chair has made a ruling, and I will stand on that ruling that the chair has made. Yes. We have another point of order. Pronunciation officer.
Nothing come now. So me like come back law standing order below you yet. How by you manage in this parliament? Rule blame stuff inside the standing order. So me like ask him, you, Mr. Speaker, na, or couscous below you, look law order, standing order 157. And to call them. A motion not seconded may not be further discussed. And no entry shall be made in the minutes, which means anything which will follow from now on is meaningless. You can't even enter it in your minutes. You got to go through the standing orders, the proper prescribed procedures, allow the motion to be seconded. Mr. Apia, Milulu, stop. You, Mania Haria Prulo, moving, closing debate. Now you agree, Lem. Now you look him standing order finish. Look him 157 standing order. Every discussion we're having now is inconsequential. We can't carry on now. You're killing me that debate now. Go back to the procedure. Restore it. Have the motion reintroduced. Second it, and we get on with it. Go back to 157 standing orders. Your own rules.
Okay, honorable member belong Young Amul. Sina Young Amul. Point over W, you talk to standing order, I'm straight. But the practice before you been coming up now, yeah. And all money no second na all same according to advice makes him not 2 o'clock. And all same time motion he can make at second up finish. Negolo private business committee, and now comes a notice, second day stop finish long. second I start finish the motion, you may put in a notice paper, yeah? So, Lord, this suppose in me finish first and then me larim you. Suppose in got this a process law motion. You got planning motion in the second come law paper. This is a special case, law VONC. Yeah? So move on. Second I start finish law paper na come long notice paper now. Me organize it. I think no point about you. Me not mamas entertaining Prime Minister of Assembly. So Lord display and practice you come up now I'm all same. But now you play like come now like larim you me go display. But ruling you me walking finish. So you me larim all same. Prime Minister when I'm point about W.
Mr. Speaker, my point of order is to ask you to rephrase that you took the decision upon yourself. There was a transaction of vote that took place. Question be put is a vote transaction. Yes. No. The opposition had every opportunity to voice against that opportunity for vote through a process of division in Parliament. But Mr. Mosen, Mr. Speaker, if I could pull back, my further point of order is this is no ordinary motion of Parliament that is based on standing order. This is a constitutional motion. The prescribed process is read when you read Section 145 of the Constitution, Section 1, subsection 1 of Section 145, subsection 2A and B, and subsection 2, all prescribes the process. This is a constitutional motion. You're correct in your ruling that it is already on notice with a mover and a seconder. Business of Parliament, first business every Thursday, 1 week when it is on notice, is to go through this motion, Mr. Speaker. You're correct.
Excellent.
Honorable Prime Minister, point of order is in order.
My point of order is in relation to the Prime Minister.
Honorable Member of Law, Madam, you have you sit down. Receive him, please. Me no allow me to snap talk to point of problem.
You cannot deny members the right to vote, to debate, or move a motion. So, Dr. President, Mr. Speaker, I go again with you. You are deliberately breaching the Constitution. When you have read, you know, sorry, when I'm asked for bread, you become a talk threat. When I'm going to make it now, one day you will stop. You become a debate, when you are in the mouth, look at bread.
Order, Honorable Member of Lomedeng, you will debate, you know that the point over there, you like debate the Prime Minister, I'm not that. Point over there, you out of order. So you talk finish. You may come here, right people of vote, now we like entertain him here. Parliament now we like entertain him right to vote. So you must vote now. Okay, order. Honorable members of parliament, you may ba kisim vote lo this motion now. Yes. When I'm point over W, because
Mr.
we
Speaker.
can either all right, if you
Speaker.
point over W, you get number one time go finish, and now can when I'm point over that can.
Mr. Speaker.
No. We cannot entertain the same point of order over and over again.
Mr. Speaker, you are them.
So now
This
we
is a-
have it.
This
Why
is
we
a
have
different point of order.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, today in this House of the People, you made a ruling saying that what's written in the standing order will not be followed.
That's right. What sort of...
That's the ruling you just made. You talk Bamibla Bianim custom. Bamibla Bianim custom na like blow to Blamanchida no front. Mr. Speaker, this is not a banana republic. This is a country called Papua New Guinea where laws prescribe how we should behave, Mr. Speaker.
Point.
So today, Mr. Speaker, you know, what, Mr. Speaker, today you have basically ruled to stifle the voices of the opposition. Mr. Speaker, I know you people are desperate to go and, save a, country that's actually on the decline.
Order.
Stop it.
Order. You larim enough. Larim honorable member of Wabek finish point of order.
The people of this country, Mr. Speaker, the people of this country, only pay him salary blumi plalo sira ni si na discussing issues of the country. I don't know why we are rushing. This is a matter of national importance, and the people need to know why we put in a vote of no confidence, Mr. Speaker. It's very important. Now, brother from Mipla side too, they need to know why Mipla, think one kind of some Yupla. Maybe Yupla got him good reasons, maybe Mipla got him good reasons, but those need to be made on the floor. This is the house this is the right forum where our voices need to be made.
Wait. Honorable members, usad lagi point over there, you wait past him until I'm finished, me address him, na usad julat pun him, okay. Honorable member of Wabek.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, me like you law, talking people of country Osem. Now, you don't have any standing order. You will decide based on your own traditions and cultures in this house. That is not written. You have to make known. That has to be recorded. That has to be recorded. Otherwise, this vote will not be recognized. You haven't even given the opportunity to the nominee to accept or decline. You better resist now. You better run away. This is the country. And that's all, Mr. Speaker. I mean, I have no qualms against any of them. Only got him right, sing out and double me in a kind of but it's good for us to know. It's good for us to know the reasons. It's constitutional. The right to speak. And also, Mr. Speaker, you need to make that ruling right now that you've decided not to follow the standing orders. Thank you.
Honorable members, let me address his point of order first. Laga. All right, Honorable member of Wabek. Point of order, some lahab longan true, some lahab true. I mean, like to call them based law advice when mixing lo tupla kuskus or tupla clock. To play talking me, na yumi goal sem na sobo sem ya swap inis. Desla aswa ba yumi na repeat him can behind time. Laka. Me no finish yet, na yubla like sing out, on mi pasimos, na mi sit down now. Lari me finish. So lo base lo despla. Me now, but me come back, lo make him, you play no can belhebe na all support W sub by top speaker, mi no kat sabe blungan al desla. So you me aswap in his. Me come back, but me larim now. Also you play like him. All right, and me move in motion. Second up blungan, usat, you second him.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
All right. Desla bamina na polongan. You will ask him nominee because me accept him finish na ikulo no this paper na ikam na committee deal na isablo no this paper happening. So you may come now long a question be put where me entertain him. Question be put. Those in favor of the question be put. You mean now I'm questioning companies, question be put. Manogan, hormone open member, I cannot bow down to you all the time. Remember, Manogan. You cannot force the chair to bow down to you. Remember, Manogan. The question is that the question be put. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. No. The ayes have it. Division will come behind. Speaker working ruling finish. So now, you may entertain a motion now. Now, Papua New Guinea will have him stop. You will like him to say the day, this moment he must come up. Now he like come up now. Now all line, you know like him, but he must come up now. Pull him talk yet. So you may now all Wusak, member of the parliament. You one bell when the motion blow opposition leader. Long you not believe the Prime Minister Marape that you like him honorable rainbow fighter of simplest moment. You will move to the hand kais from me. Son up. Now go hand kais from me. Now you will set the line. You know one bell when the motion blow opposition leader. Now you will like him also honorable Marape, member of the territory, and Prime Minister of the Papua New Guinea, you should have no movie come no hand suit for me. Move. So that you got space on Namel, so you may not power. You should have gone. Namel must got space. So, tubla honorable, tubla clock now, you black him. All honorable members, na people of the country of Papua New Guinea may believe plenty, you walk long watch, television, harem, radio, now display stop. Before me call him result, vote, me just like Toggle Sam. That in any democracies, M number is sabe. Talk out, laga. Number me dictates. No any democracy. So talk lo me go especially lo yumi lo public na desla. All leaders plebla li decide finish. Na result lo vote go sem is up. All usat. Only been one bell, one emotion. Lo no hamamas long. Honorable James Marape, also Prime Minister of Luimin, I like him also Honorable Rainbow Fighter, member of Finchapen, 32 or 3+10-2. All member usat, all hamamas, long motion, long opposition leader, now like him also Honorable James Marape, member of Tarepori, and by still subject Prime Minister of Luimi, all 75 or 7+10-5. And now I'm a result belong vote Luimi, where country is start to since February, now come up moon September, now you may process him. Now some honorable member of the meeting will sing out and will talk round one, yes, law is still allow him. That's like, suppose no one bell stop yet, you play opposition, is still got, that's rights law, bring him, that's motion can. But you must sting him, all the country also, since February come, you may not been walk. Thinking people, you must walk. That money must walk, you may all the member must go walk. So one time display, result lo vote lo you mean now Senapol Sem. Honorable Opposition Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, members of Parliament. You behind Constitution and you make this Mr. vote of no conference camp. Whatever our differences are, and difference floor.
I'm sorry.
Our people blame me, look, as I come, you me again. But first of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the member for Taripori and the people of Taripori, the Prime Minister yet again, for the confidence of the House in entrusting you with the 75 votes that you have received today. We may differ, in opinion, and that's why the 32 stood with us in our beliefs, in our aspirations to replace you. But you still have the confidence of your government, and I would like to congratulate you, Mr. Prime Minister, for the confidence you have with your coalition partners and the members of your coalition. Mr. Speaker, whilst I am congratulating the Prime Minister, I would like to further say this, Mr. Speaker. Practices blame me law floor tete you looking. Now this law practice you me pulling going up now needs to be corrected by the chair.
Yeah, big point.
It needs to be corrected so that one of something you me at all members of parliament. Now all former leaders blame me now, Papa, Mama blame me, former inside the legislative house were all being put him inside the standing orders. And the Constitution must be respected by us number. In a law, people blame me outside law. Harim Taso was you may walk him Karangi inside the house now. You may allow him Mr. Karangi to continue, Mr. Speaker. We have to correct it. Today must be the last time of you may behind him practices. Now you may behind him standing orders of the parliament. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Lodisla now, me like talk law, Prime Minister blame me. I have congratulated you with your Deputy Prime Minister and the ministers you have with you. Mr. Speaker, Prime Minister, it is your opportunity yet again to do many things correct and right. Mr. Speaker, economy block country, I'm struggling. You must have it. I cannot talk on that, further elaborate on that. The forex of this nation, I'm struggling. Law and order, Mr. Speaker, am affecting Papua New Guinea. It has affected Papua New Guinea that even our mothers walking down to the markets today are always looking over their shoulders. You must fix him, Mr. Prime Minister. Inflation, the country. Now that's all milking treasure walk about Guarasai. Time I'm walking speech blame here last week. I'm talking everything is okay. I hope he's really correct. Because KK goods, the services, price blame go on top there, affecting the people of Papua New Guinea, Mr. Speaker. Fuel cost for that matter, Mr. Speaker. Hospitals, no got drugs. And someone out there will tell me, Giaman, let me tell you, on Monday, there's a plane that flew out of Port Moresby to Kiriwina. And good enough. What did we load? We loaded drugs from Port Moresby, from Borneo Pacific into Kiriwina, good enough. Because my people do not have medicines. Mr. Prime Minister, me save all coalition leaders blow you, or talk blow you, please. I don't have to elaborate and bore you. But please, from the bottom of my heart, I'm begging you and asking you, one time all ministers blow you, change the course of this nation. You know it. I don't have to tell you. But pull us away from where we are and set us in a new course. Let me encourage you, Mr. Prime Minister, that the opposition has given you the alternate policies. If you need a copy, I would come to your office and drop a copy for you. But please look at the alternate policies and work with the opposition I heard the speaker telling me once, let's have a bipartisan approach to fix this nation. This is your opportunity. Open up your heart. Your heart is bigger than yourself. Lose him, something where you must lose him. And move forward. If you have to forgive some people in this house, forgive them and move forward, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Speaker, as I stand here to speak to our Prime Minister, major projects are yet to open that you have announced in the last 2 years, in the last 3 years. These projects have been delayed and delayed. Unemployment is killing our young people and our people in this country. You have made major announcements. Please allow these announcements to begin to Karim Kaikai Pastor. Mr. Speaker, I am here as the opposition leader. Prime Minister, suppose you need lo tok lo mipla, we are here to talk to you. I would like to now, on behalf of the opposition, please allow debate or allow us to congratulate the Prime Minister and others from the other side. Now, let me say this. As I congratulate the Prime Minister, I congratulate the caucus, the government caucus. Well done. Also, Speaker talk finish. We have failed now, but opportunities are there. And I wish you, Prime Minister, all the best. Congratulations again. All the best. And also, I would like to congratulate you and your family. To your good wife, Rachel, Madam Rachel, and to your children, and to the people of Taripori, and the people of Papua New Guinea as well. The people of Kiruna that I represent. The people of Milimbe, the Mipla Law Opposition, congratulations, Prime Minister, on your re-election as the Prime Minister. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pass them through me like talk. Thank you, Law. You, Insidan Losia, na talk sorry. Suppose Mipla bring him here into disrepute. Law work with Mipla, a member of Parliament. Second, me like talk. Thank you, Law, opposition leader, who was gracious with his use of words, and for him to offer support and reach out in this moment where we're supposed to be divided, for him to offer consolidation and a symbol of partnership to work for the better of our country. I want to also thank members of my caucus from the government side who remain put to the vision we set in 2019. And so in doing so, Mr. Speaker, in accepting this momentous occasion, firstly, on behalf of Rachel and my children and my people of Taripori and Pangu Party, I just want to say thank you very much to both sides of the House who have made this contest possible, but the greater wisdom in our government caucus, the entire 48 members from the Pangu Party we have, as well as the coalition partners, for your continued support in ensuring that we maintain government. I want to use this time to return focus of the nation on more important things that are at hand. We have now put to rest the issue of confidence on the Prime Minister. Our 49th anniversary as a nation is only but 4 days away. Before I came here, Mr. Speaker, I had 2 speeches drafted by my officers. One, a congratulation speech. If the members of Parliament decides to cast vote in favor of the motion, I would have congratulated the member for Finsafen. He is not unfit and unsound person. He's a second-time member of Parliament, qualified in his own right to put his hand up. And I had a speech in preparation to congratulate him. But I now draw on my second speech, a speech to emphasize to our nation that work must continue on. Our 49th anniversary is only but 4 days away. Our 50th anniversary as a nation is only 12 months from today. We have pressing issues in law and order, in economy, in health, in education, and building our nation in all other areas. Mr. Speaker, we must not waste any more time. We have squandered months to politicking, precious time which we could have invested in bettering the lives of our people. Vote of no confidence, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately has become the recurring theme of every government since independence. I have pointed out many times that the average life of our government since 1975, if we put together, has not been more than 2 or 3 years. We have had many changes of government. Whilst the intention of VONC may have been good, but many times we have been shortchanged. The opposition always see Section 145 as a process of changing government. Mr. Speaker, may I put to all of us that the greater role of His Majesty's opposition is not only to change government, but to sit and offer constructive alternates in every moment. And debate is not only limited to these sort of moments. Debate on any policy matter government puts out, debate on any proposed legislation amendments or grievance debates, or any time. My government on our side has never gagged debate. Earlier today, Mr. Speaker, you never gag debate. When question is being put, the opposition, for instance, has every right to say no and move a dissent. In this parliament is a house of majority, and you will rule based on majority decisions. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that Section 145 in our country, the provision of Section 145 in our country has often been abused. Has often been abused. If members of this House, members of Parliament who are elected through the Section 50 process, has 5 years to work as member of Parliament. A provincial governor, as chair of the provincial legislature, has 5 years to work. The most important chair of the land has 18 months. And managing 18 months of politics and doing work comes at great cost to the progress of our country. Mr. Speaker, the toxicity that is involved in this divisive politics must somehow be put to rest. And I want to appreciate the members of my caucus. The last Thursday, when the present VONC was put on notice, members of my caucus showed absolute maturity. We never went into a strict lockdown. We never took phones away from members of Parliament. We never checked where they were. We never offered any inducement whatsoever. Members of Parliament, members of, and those, Mr. Speaker, those in this Parliament today on the opposite who had the pleasure of working with me, or rather me having the pleasure of working with them, knows very well. We don't run around with checkbook politics. We work and we ask leaders to base their decision on moral conscience, on what is right. And the Section 145 process, Mr. Speaker, allows for choice. And I want to say, those who choose for us to continue on in office, I want to give you a fullest assurance that in our nation of 1,000 tribes, this side of the House will not be conscious of where members of Parliament sit, but service delivery will go to all our people as one people, one nation, one country. Members on the other side are fully assured. Even if you sit on the other side, what is your entitlement? Whether you deliver or province deliver or national government deliver based on our policy programs, we will make sure what is meant for all parts of our country is spread fairly right across this nation of 1,000 tribes. Mr. Speaker, today we must demonstrate oneness. We must demonstrate oneness. We must, and our government pledged that we are a government for our people. We are a government that is by our people. Pangu received Section 63 mandate at the elections, not too long ago. Section 63 mandate at the elections. You want to run government, contest elections, get the invitation, Section 63 invitation, and run government, sound your policies. But I want to give assurance to everyone, this mandate will not be abused. This mandate is for people of all parts of our country. We will work to ensure the aspirations of the fathers of our country remains fixed. The aspiration is that no place be left behind, every place be prospered. I want to give full assurance to all parts of our country. Does not matter where your members sit, this government will ensure the work that we've started must continue. And I want to, Mr. Speaker, indicate some of the work that we've started since 2019. The path of progress since 2019 will continue. Mr. Speaker, just for emphasis, when we took office in 2019, our economy was in recession. Central Bank statistics is there for every one of us to read. 2018 final budget outcome is a treasury document. 2018 final budget outcome was not done by Marape government. It was done by the past government. 2018 final budget outcome indicates negative 0.3% recession our economy was in. Mr. Speaker, from this backdrop, we started, and first and foremost, on this side of the House, we want to grow our economy. And health of economy means we have enough to serve our people in all other essential services. So to make our economy grow, we have not been silent. We fight to take back more from our resources. There's a clear difference between me and the leadership I took over from. The leadership I took over from had no interest in fighting to take back more from our people. They had no interest.
You may got point of order. Honorable member of the Yellow Book Pangia and point of order of you.
What the Prime Minister is alluding to are false, and he knows it. Mr. Speaker, this is a vote of no confidence in him that was mooted. All he should do is be gracious enough to acknowledge that the country is not going along in the right path. Stop criticizing and grandstanding on issues, which it's debatable, as you know that, Mr. Speaker. So the Prime Minister should refrain from making false statements that are misleading the nation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on record, when we took over in 2019, the economy was a 79.6 billion Kenya economy. Today, on record, the economy has gone past 111 billion Kenya economy. First thing we put to our country.
You may got Narlop.
Mr. Speaker, I think this law, you may need to correct him. Whilst the Prime Minister may be right, the real measure of economic growth is not what the figures he is using. He is using gross GDP figures. The actual number is what's called a nominal GDP. And even in the recent report from the IMF, our nominal GDP has declined. Nominal GDP is measured after you remove inflation and all of the other negative factors from the growth in the economy. So once you remove all of that, actual growth in the economy is negative, Mr. Speaker. So, you know, good law, Prime Minister, I mean, using this plan, or gross GDP figures, and I mean, using nominal GDP. He needs to use nominal GDP when he was speaking about GDP growth.
Good one. You may get another point of order again, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I think the Prime Minister is referring to the size of the economy, not the growth rate. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we can sit here and argue on the economy, but I'm just stating some facts that is out there, some numbers. If you want to measure in the quantum, I'm talking about the quantum, the envelope. And I want to, Mr. Speaker, also the member for East Pacific Regional, that this government for the first time, whilst being an expansionary in our pursuit to grow the economy, we've given the biggest ever household treatment and relief package to our people. We've given biggest. We paid more school fee than any other governments of past. We've given help more from elementary to university than any other governments of past. We've removed tax from more brackets of low-income earning people than any other governments of past, Mr. Speaker. That is to ensure that we fill in the gap, as he correctly alluded to, Mr. Speaker. But at a quantum on record. And this is based on a vision we set in 2019. At the very earliest, if not at 2029, we must hit a 200 billion Kenya economy. When we hit the 200 billion Kenya economy, any trespass into the future, maybe the regional member for WIWEC CIPIC can become treasurer into the future. He will then have a bigger economy to shape and model growth of our country.
All right. Honorable Prime Minister, sorry, you mean to allow me to Honorable Governor of ECP. Me just like make him on comment here, Chay like to Sam. You will have Prime Minister walk him statement on opinion him, and you like debate him. You can debate him on media. On the next Parliament, you may come debate him today. And you will allow him this layer. And you will debate now. You are debating back and forth. Point of order, you are debating back and forth. It's not right. I will allow the Prime Minister to conclude his statement, person. And whatever you will like debate him, you can debate it on the media, you can debate it whenever the Parliament meets again. Yes. No, me not wrong. Me not wrong. Yes. It is, you wait, person. It is now seen as a tirade back and forth. Oh. Allow him to conclude his statement first.
Mr. Speaker, can I make a point of order?
Yes, you can now make a point of order. I've made my point.
My point of order was to correct the facts, not to debate I wasn't debating. I was correcting the facts. The other thing is, and there's no need for the Prime Minister to then turn back and talk Bilas Kam this side. Because he is the Prime Minister. People listen to him. And if he says something that is erroneous, Olman biting him straight. For example, he said that GDP growth was negative 0.3%. I have a copy of the actual Treasury final budget outcome here. And between 2018 and 2019, GDP grew from 75 billion to 82 billion. So it was a growth of 9%, Mr. Speaker. All I'm asking is for the Prime Minister to be factually correct when he is using figures. That's all I'm asking. Because time him talk minus 3%. All naman bating him true. But FBO report here him talk 9% growth here. So just so that he can be careful with the use of numbers, Mr. Speaker. That's all.
All wait. When a point of order, can you wait past them? You mean now? I mean, Honorable Mayor, Governor speak, I'm giving point of order, and I'm going to talk of figures for them. Prime Minister, too, will talk of figures for central bank, all this. So everybody's talking about figures, and we will keep on debating about figures. Nobody, you mean stop debating the figures all the time, back and forth. Allow him to conclude his statement, and then you like talk with him now. So, Treasurer, when I'm point of order again.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And last point
I
of
don't
order.
want to go into a protracted discussion on the economy today because it's not the time. The practice is the Leader of the Opposition provides his response. The Prime Minister can then give his response, and then we can all leave. Now go back by Mama. But Prime Minister, before I sit down, just for the record, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Treasurer, hello. Honorable Treasurer. Honorable Treasurer. Honorable Treasurer. Honorable Treasurer. Honorable Treasurer. Rouse him this last statement go pa ni Mama. Rouse him.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right. Honorable, Bobby, allow me to point over W, but please. Talk, make him.
Yes. Prime Minister, time you meet talk go pa ni Mama long nips. It means to send you go back to the house na. Sit down, good one, mem. Laka. Inokat narpla meaning. Look, correct him.
Rouse him.
But so me reluctantly rouse him. This la talk. No. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Long straight him or talk here just for the record because today country iwok la arim. Friend blo me, Governor blo sipik. Emi talk some nominal GDP decreased. Emi see out team FBO. So by me use him same FBO final budget outcome la Treasury. The nominal GDP did not decrease, it increased. FBO was 111 billion, 351 million kina, Mr. Speaker, projected to increase to 123.27 billion kina. So that's an increase of over 11 billion kina. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the record and for hands up. Thank you, Tomas.
Honorable, before me lare, Honorable Prime Minister, I finish small statement to talk langen. Me like talk sabe all honorable members of some no can use point of order you debate. You mean like debate, you got time to debate. Tete and by giving talk longen na balas laman mi look sabe longen lo give talk one candidate. You know good lo milare member by me giving talk longen na by you maskera. Honorable Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry, lo him time lo Parliament, but me like talk also. Number one focus lo me plus since 2019. Them lo tanim big plus sip or call him PNG. Where news blong, emi ron kulong place lo economy punan, you go finish. And Mr. Speaker, you belong place numbers, you clear. Lot turning big plus sip, you're not making full 360-degree turn right away. You're making 360-degree turn right away. Sip back upside. If like easy sit turning pace long economy, come back to a right place where you must grow in economy. When we took over economy in 2019, it was that bad. We sent straight into COVID-19, once in 100-year disaster. We maintained stability. We borrowed cheaply. We ensure we put to money right throughout the length and breadth of our country. My brothers on the opposite will confirm that every of the district did receive support from my government. We never discriminate. We never discriminate. The member for Abao is able to open up schools in his district because we support him and supplied him with the fundings as a point of reference. And we will continue to supply so. If it has come.
Honorable Prime Minister, you may got narrow point over that, and maybe we'll point over the whole day now. Honorable Member Blabao, point over that.
Prime Minister always mentions about when he's upset on the floor. So something must have happened. But I can tell the Prime Minister that since we've been debating this matter, Abau has not received any funds yet. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister, you have been right. Point over that, Honorable Member Blabao.
All right, thank you, and I register the issue raised by the member for Abau. I want to give assurance to everyone we are not incognizant to the need to grow economy. At a population that has grown above the economic growth rate, the sustainability of the economy was not there. And so we made it our number one focus, that the economy must hit 200 billion kina threshold at the very earliest. That's why we took back 51% from POGRA. That's why we're negotiating better deals in Wafigolku, in Pasca, in PNG, and all the other resource projects we engaged upon. That's why, Mr. Speaker, I want to indicate to this House, this government, the coalition here, next year onwards, our conversation on every logs to be domesticated in our country for no run log export will be implemented. Our fisheries minister right now, Mr. Speaker, is working on fish domestication policy, meaning every catch we catch in our country must be brought back in our country, funneled to our special economic zones, PMIZ, for instance. And that process is moving, so we create employment. Mr. Speaker, growing economy has been this government's major focus, number one focus, because economy pays the bill, not politics. Economy pays the bill, not politics. Mr. Speaker, whilst we grow the economy and focus on rechanging the landscape in which we harvest the resources, a clear, distinct difference between this side and that side. They got no clear, concrete policy on how they will get back more from our resources. No clear policy. And Mr. Speaker, we will continue work in that space. On the education sector, Mr. Speaker, last 5 years, maybe like kissing back over 100,000 Pikini Pinis. Stablo Street, second chance learning, kissing over 100,000 Pikini come back. Long matriculation, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. All this little Pikini go to school. Maybe walk long expanding space for university going up 30,000. Maybe also finding some space long outside Nasalim, the best brains in our country, go school outside. Walk long expanding space for education and we start. Walk long making sure health facility limi, and we are working with our provincial health authorities, giving them money. They come up with clear, concrete plan to ensure 22 housing is start long 21 province limi na Bougainville region. Specialist housing, Mr. Speaker, when I took office in 2019, I said by 2025, we must not export medical patients to overseas. I want to stand here today and say that Port Moresby General Hospital is almost completed in our cancer facility, and our specialist care for heart is almost complete now as I speak, Mr. Speaker. We have not just been talking. In the present circumstances, stopping politics with the right hand, we are doing work with the left hand, Mr. Speaker. And I want to give assurance to our people of this country. These leaders sitting here, they saw the best endeavors we were doing. Connect PNG, Mr. Speaker, since when did Kaintiba think about road being punched into Kaintiba? Since when? Since when, Mr. Speaker? My senior brother, Governor Haveto, on the other side, know that one Sunday, we jumped on a helicopter, unbeknown to everyone, we flew into Kaintiba. They came out and they greeted us in 2020. They cried, and we said, Kaintiba road is coming. Whilst today it may not be a flashy four-wheel lane highway as we built in Port Moresby, but road from the Morobe side and road from the Gulf side is approaching Kaintiba as we speak. Remotest part of our country have been locked behind for so long. Connect PNG. Whilst many accuse that it's a con program, I want to give you fullest assurance. You wanted the work secretary to be changed. We changed the work secretary. The investigation is going on. We are a transparent government, making sure if we say change, we say change. The member for Yalu Pangia mounted off in this house that it is scam happening. We have to remove the hard-working work secretary to ensure we do investigation and put new leadership into the space. Mr. Speaker, Connect PNG.
What is?
Minister, in his grandiose speech, but to mislead again Parliament that I asked for the second of the secretary, it is wrong. I asked you to account for the contracts that you gave to your relatives. I asked you for the account of the minister paying private expenses out of those accounts. Now get to the real point. Stop misleading the country and our people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member for Yalu Pangia has the media for his disposal. He's always been using the media and everything else. He can debate this at his own time and choosing. We're telling him exactly what happened. Works was brought into question. And we've made changes at the Works Department. We're investigating that place. We are not running a small program for one man. It is a program that is meant to unbundle the cycles of isolation our people have been for the last 49 years. Mr. Speaker, so Connect PNG is trying its best, not just on roads, but we will overlay with ports, airports, power. Mr. Speaker, you go up to Edavu. Today we have a 132 kV line delivering 54 megawatts of power from Edavu into Port Moresby. It was not done before. As an investment of 110 million kina, this government invested in PNG Power. So, Mr. Speaker, work is happening as we speak in the infrastructure sector. On the law and justice sector, we've started training, and I want to commend Deputy Prime Minister and the ministers in the law and justice sector space. They've worked very hard. This government delivered independent commission against corruption. You have an issue against James Marape, report to ICAC. The experts running that organization. Report to ICAC. The experts running that organization. Report to Ombudsman. We're working to strengthen our court system. For the first time, a major reform has taken place in our court system, isolating Supreme Court to handle constitutional matters, inserting the appeals court, and restoring independence of National Court from a direct work link with Supreme Court. This is happening as we speak. Bomana police training has been reopened. We envisage to bring police to a 10,000-man police force at the very earliest. Training has started again after not being trained or not being utilized for training for many, many years. Mr. Speaker, this and many more work remain. We've activated our foreign relationships like never before, and all foreign relations with us. No, we don't compromise. Our friends to all and enemy to none standing and policy. And in our work with our foreign relations, we've told them, Mr. Speaker, not aid and grant, but trade. That is why we created a specific trade ministry to work on elevating and ramping up trade with these nations we relate with, as well as ensuring that we produce more to supply to this market. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to bring my conversation to a conclusion. We have no time for politics. We played politics for so long. It is about time we come, and I want to appeal to all of us. Time for us to work together. When the fathers of our country forged this nation into one sovereignty, the most diverse nation on the face of planet Earth, with over 800 languages and its own set of governing structures for these respective communities, they forced us into one sovereignty. They never envisaged that fragility will be so much abound in 2024. I want to call all of us as we come face to face with our 49th anniversary next week, and as we move into our 50th anniversary next year. Work together is the theme I call for us today. Work together, coming together, and in oneness, let us work for our country. For greater work remain and must be met with greater sense of earnestness and more sense of agency as we face our challenges that are before us. I want to give commitment to our country. This government will not rest. We work long hours. We will continue to work so that we meet our challenges and fix them despite the many obstacles that we are faced with. We must not depend on others. We must not depend on others. For instance, Australia will not come back to us and help us fix our problem. We must fix our problem ourselves. And it deserves, or it demands rather, leaders on both sides, public servants in the workforces, private sector, our businessmen, businesswomen. We're putting more money into our banks for borrowing, and it really baffles me when young Papua New Guineans don't want to pursue business as an option in life. We want to assist our students better, and tomorrow I'll be addressing our students at the University of PNG. We will indicate to them our work to ensure we embrace students better as we go forward into the future. So I appeal to all people, public servants, leaders, businessmen, businesswomen, our people, our students. We put PNG first. It's about time we must put PNG first. And I want to point to one area. If you do not know where to put PNG first, my Speaker and my members of Parliament, the easiest, the best place we can put PNG first is by respecting the rule of law in our country. By respecting the rule of law in our country. All of us must respect the rule of law. The Pangu-led government remains committed to ensure we fight for a better PNG, but all our citizens and all our people must rally to respect each other and work together with each other. We will build, we will get better, We will become stronger as we emerge from the economic and political storms of our country. As the saying goes, smooth seas never kill a sailor. As the saying goes, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. So somebody from the coast know this. We came through the last storms, and these storms have made the sailor more skilled. I want to thank the people of this country. Remain focused. Your leaders have spoken. We are doing our absolute best for each and every one of you, wherever you are. And I want to say that as I stand here and speak in the face of our country's independence, I was moved when a woman in the Miniama Mountains and the Kantiba Mountains saw a vehicle for the first time approaching her remote village. I was moved when I saw a young man who made 400,000 kina profit for his cooperative group from the mountains of Tewaisiasi. He left his agricultural workstation, went back home, mobilized cooperative, and he told his story at APEC House that he made 400,000 kina in 2021. People are working out there. For those who don't want to work and play politics, it's your business. But for those out there who want to work, I ask all of us, let us soldier on and let us work on. People like me, I live at the top of the pinnacle, and I am okay to receive insults and arrows and words that is howled at me time and time again. But I want to give commitment to our people. I will not stop from doing what is right for our country. Criticize you can, but work I will do. And I appeal to all of us, let's unite, work together, work, boom one time, raka hebao. Let me conclude by wishing each and every one of you a pleasant celebration on the 49th anniversary of our country. I propose that all of us take this team to our respective constituency. Let's reconcile and unite as one people, one country, one nation. On our side, we give commitment to our brothers and two sisters on the other side. We don't see you from an enemy perspective. We see you from a leadership perspective. You're doing your constitutional role. You're doing your constitutional role, and I ask you, don't use the Section 145 for deconstruct of our country. That's it, Section 145, and the mandate you have as His Majesty's opposition to contribute and construct our country for the better. Let's unite for the better of this country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All honorable members, question be put, come the sol. By look no good, so was me no larim, honorable member of Prince Happen, also candidate, and can make talk. So, honorable member of Prince Happen, you, Balas Flaman, you want to talk, finish for me. Come no question before. Thank you, honorable member of Prince Happen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Luke Savelo. People of Savelo, the floor. Mr. Speaker, me like Rice, firstly, Lord, thank him. The 32 members on this side who have voted for me this morning. Mr. Speaker says, me not talk, thank you. This is honor and privilege you are giving me as an alternate Prime Minister on this floor. And me, Bagarabin Bel Blamas, the people, district and provinces will represent him. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, me Rice will talk, thank you for that rare privilege of being the alternate nominee on this floor to challenge our government in this process we administer today. For that, thank you, Luke Savelo. Number two, thank you, Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker. As I look across the floor, it is the first time ever since he ascended into being a Prime Minister in 2019 that I find myself on this side, not supporting him in his ascension. Mr. Speaker, I've always stood behind him in every occasion of the way, supporting his 10 years Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, on record, I see a lot of leaders who congregated together. And, Mr. Speaker, you know, Prime Minister Itogosen, the motion of no confidence, Mr. Speaker. We utilized that provision, Prime Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker. When we wanted to change the government, few of us assembled around you with the ideals that we have that we could make things better. Some of us believed in that dream. That's why we associated with you. In the likes of late member for Goilela, William Sam, I find the Deputy Prime Minister sitting there. Few of our colleagues who are still seated on this floor. We believed in his leadership. And people support him. We broke ranks. We broke party lines. We broke relationships. Brotherhood. Everything that was on the mark, we broke to support him to be Prime Minister, and we gave him that mandate on the floor in 2019. That was the democratic process we administered on the floor. The same process we have now. He became Prime Minister through the same process of a creature of the VONC. Mr. Speaker, now Mr. Nabosim directly opposing his leadership, and I see a lot of our colleagues on that side. And Mr. Prime Minister, may I congratulate you on your affirmation of your leadership today. The essence of our country is that we are a very beautiful country, and a unique democratic country, which means majority rules, minority still has the right to speak on this floor. And now we look at 72 members on this side of the House, that side of the House, reaffirming their commitment to you, Prime Minister. 75, correction. 75, he gave him full mandate to him, Prime Minister. When we started this journey of a leadership, we sit down the triangle of VONC. Now, time we come Sirali and we look him, 32 member on the other side, he voted me. 74, 75 on this side voted you. Mr. Speaker, one of the smartest men who ever lived on planet Earth, Albert Einstein, once said that politics is more difficult than physics. Physics is a very hard subject. I studied physics in high school and uni. It's a very difficult subject. Most people don't understand physics. But he was able to say politics is more difficult than physics. And Mr. Speaker, I understand it now. That politics is more difficult than physics. Sometimes you find friends or convenience on one side. Enemies become friends. Friends become enemies. It's the nature of the game we play on this floor, Mr. Speaker. Now, time you look at more member, time you a friend in leadership, long Prime Minister. Maybe on the side, maybe to know and maybe stop here. Mr. Prime Minister, you got full confidence. What does that confidence give you? What does that confidence give you? It gives you an opportunity to work and to do. The call you said, a united front. Mr. Speaker, me like step back was an alternate nominee. Me like to go. When we started to challenge government, some of us had a differing view. A lot of our friends shared that view on this floor. A lot of our friends on this floor. Some of us had a conviction to move. Some stayed. Now we look at over money me one belong leadership of Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when the country is watching, we are about to turn 50. That politics must stop. If your conviction is that you have voted the Prime Minister on this floor, tomorrow you're not going to complain.
Right.
You're not going to complain tomorrow. No can gossip around night and making politics. Suppose you give him support belong Prime Minister, stand with it on this floor. Now the country is looking, you're not going to vote in Prime Minister, yeah? You're not going to vote in Prime Minister. So we must support in Prime Minister all the way, Mr. Speaker. This like passing the political night meeting, the sun meeting, that is like, I must stop. You may call him country, no you may call him union. You may call him country, no you may call him union, Mr. Speaker. So now that we've seen the majority of our members on this floor, supporting Prime Minister, we must be true to our vote and what we stand for in this House. We must be very true. You may not get vote here, tomorrow you may go to Prime Minister may vote, but PIPM no give him here. Road blood may go say Prime Minister may go say you may go say VONC alive there. Why you may go say? Why you may go say on the floor, yeah? If you are giving your people's mandate, if it's the mandate of your district that now you have displayed on this floor and have given it to the Prime Minister, you must mean what you vote on this floor.
That's it.
Yeah, some of you are saying, of course, but we all know, we all know the nature of this game. Mr. Speaker, we must mean what we say. We must mean what we say. We must be honorable men, Mr. Speaker. The first title that we get when we enter this House is not Joe Pomat, it's Honorable Joe Pomat. That honorable name must mean something on this House. That honorable name must mean something on this House. I challenge all the members on this floor, 74 of you who have voted for the Prime Minister, 75, you must mean what you say. You must mean what you say. Mr. Speaker, you must mean what you say. Tomorrow, Logan Olim Prime Minister Lorenz Semblo, PIP Blunato, Prime Minister, me vote him, you Semblo Floso, money blow me come. You know leader. You know leader. Politics are making the Prime Minister foul. Me manage politics or me manage country. Me making one end. Suppose you believe the leadership, then now you give a mandate. Me believe number. You must mean what you say on this floor. Mr. Speaker, me talk because for Plamun me look him, how he is making politics of this house. We should lose this title honorable. Yeah? We are not honorable men on this floor. We should lose this title, let me call him first name. Call me Rainbow Paita. If we are honorable men, we must mean what we say on this floor. And it must mean to this country as well. It must mean something, Mr. Speaker. Challenge Blumilo government now. Challenge Blumilo government. Prime Minister, you have full majority support of this house. Of this house. You must be bigger than the Prime Minister, who you are. Plenty leader on this side. Some strong leader is stop. Some fit man is stop. When you go to the 50th anniversary, Prime Minister, you must look beyond and imagine a country. When you take this country forward, it does just not be just the people who vote for you, but people who share opposing view on this side as well.
Yeah.
One Prime Minister once said, a yes government is a very dangerous government. Therefore, you must have different views. It is the spirit of any democracy.
Yeah.
For people to say, no, I don't trust this. I don't believe this. Because if everyone says yes, you will put down. Someone must oppose and have a different view. Now, when we turn Prime Minister, my challenge to you, you have said, we must rise above this politics, rise above this occasion, rise above every personality clashes you make at the floor, and try to forge, in the words of opposition leader who talk, bipartisan approach. Because the issues of a country will not run away because we are doing what we're doing. They will still be there. Since heaven and earth, since even Adam, they're still there and will be there tomorrow. How do we fix them? Law and order, economy, jobs, everything that you may talk. We may assume on many things on this floor, Mr. Speaker, but fact is that life is getting hard. Life is getting hard. And that needs a bipartisan, a united front to confront all those challenges. Mr. Speaker, last challenge, Prime Minister. Prime Minister, now you give full support of this House. Majority of our leaders have affirmed your tenureship as Prime Minister, giving you confidence. And the challenge you're making, we must at least stop politicking. Prime Minister be like challenging you. You must be decisive. You must be very firm and decisive. Prime Minister, suppose some money not making work. You must roast him, Minister. You must roast him, Minister. And appoint someone, because every time people are blaming you. Everyone is blaming you. And we have to blame you because we give you that power to appoint ministers. It's the delegated function. So if one minister is looking you bad, everyone will not call the ministers and they will say James Marape is doing it. Honorable James Marape is doing it. Prime Minister, I challenge you to be firm, decisive, and hard. The country demands it. The country demands it. With that, me talk. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Look seven me. Long people me long fix seven. Me talk. Thank you through. Long Morobe me talk. Thank you through. Prime Minister, thank you. Deputy Prime Minister. People work before me talk. Thank you. Now me sinan liya. People sample ma sinan liya lo you opposing views so that we have a healthy democracy. Mr. Speaker, one day me congratulate him. Prime Minister again. People belong tari pori. Bangu party. Na harap la coalition you stop. You give him mandate finish. Full mandate you give him. You must mean what you say. And we must mean what we say on this side. If we don't, you make Simon, Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, take you through. We talk sorry suppose any of our actions and behaviors have called uneasy feeling, Lord. People blame your country. You go towards independence. We talk sorry. This provision is enacted in our constitution. Not looking at him, inventing that, questioning that leadership or anything was to mimic and citizen. So one time, we talk take you through, Mr. Speaker. Let me congratulate him. Government side, happy Independence Day, what Papua New Guinea.
All honorable members, before me, honorable members, dog at point of order. Honorable members, Harim Speaker Pastem, Harim Speaker Pastem, Harim Speaker Pastem, Harim Speaker Pastem. Before me entertaining point of order, this is not point of order, but question be put. Me like to also. The Slaman you belum lagi speaker ya, true name belum all talk passing mouse. We don't have sana belum flow sem you belum na debate, na talking when thinking representing people belum no country no kan. So this la time mix him this la opportunity lo mami walking comment belum me, pass lo this la thinking you become no kan. Behind mami entertain him, question be put. You belum got all the time lo talk. Mega tu belum hap talk lo walking. All honorable members, the house you may come here, and you may come, main work you may pass him law, send him law, all this lalaga. This is section 145 lo country lo yumi, lo law lo yumi lo mama lo. Milek lari mo ande bibla na ko ting ting longan. Yubla ting mi good plan lo country. Honorable member lo yalibu pangia yami experience in Benin. Now honorable member lo Taripori James Marape will experience him. Na tomorrow member lo Pinchapen. Honorable Paida, you by you come longan, by you experience him. Me just larim this la. Lo ting ting, lo ibla the horrible house. Time you me walk lo approach him 50 years. Lo this la country, lo kamak, lo independence. Half a century. Me believe next year by me celebrate him this la. That time, or lakun blow me go. One them grand chief says Michael Somare. Time only been like him na come up na independence you mix him. Plan blow me been sumatin lo this la time. We believe we can talk him longan. Now lo same. You think back country blow you looking 50 years. Lo independence. This la question ya. Me like larim lo you me organize this la house. Suppose you me talk you me nationalist. You me thinking people na country blow you me. Talk and Prime Minister walk him. Na member lo Pinchapen you walk him now ya. Horrible opposition leader too. Me like larim this la house kilo ibla. Usati mas kampa. So people blame me in a country. Or you me. Prime Minister asking me go ibla all you me all get a lot of flowers. So one them this fla. Me now like come on this like question be put now. Honorable Governor Blomorbe, me sabe you represent him big la province through. The sol me must entertain him this like question be put. So the question is now that the question be now put. Those in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. No. Governor Blomorbe, when point of order you.
Question be put, you put him go, but you are in the point of order.
When point of order you.
Time motion come on this floor. Now you may deal with the motion. It's a very important constitutional motion. Very important. Also now. Motion come through behind him standing order. You may deal with this motion. Now, members, Mr. Speaker, you got right, long talk, long maiden speeches, not just the candidate long vote of no confidence, now candidate long man by defending position long am, Prime Minister. Maiden speeches long support him on both sides must be open. Now, me will look at you, Speaker, with the greatest respect to you, Speaker. Speaker, you umpire on this parliament. Now, you will force him, leader of the government business, long put him point of order. You have no right by the standing order. Long talking, leader of government business, long put him question be put. Now you make him display, and you stop him right along all members from both sides of the parliament. Both sides of the parliament. Long give him commendation. Long Prime Minister reaffirmed, even through the vote of no confidence. Or
Governor Blomorbe.
Thank you.
Honorable Governor Blomorbe, when in point of order you want to debate. When in point of order
Mr. Speaker, point of order. Also, you no got power long asking one member long put him question be put. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Governor Blomorbe, point of order me out of order. Me not been asking more and Parliament yet you give him point question be put. So Speaker I must entertain him. Laga. Now I'm entertain him finish. Mr. Clark.
Notice the member for National Capital District gives notice that he shall
Present a bill for an act to amend the National Capital District Commission Act 2001.
Leader of the government business.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Parliament at its rising adjourn until Tuesday, 26th November at 2:00 p.m.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. No. The ayes have it. Leader of government business.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that Parliament do adjourn.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, Parliament now is adjourned to 26 November at 2 p.m.